I am off for a night in the van. The lovely Julia and her family have invited me to join them on the bank holiday weekend. It's Sunday morning and I'm just doing one night in the van. It should be fun. On Julia and her parents' driveway in Fareham. So very much looking forward to that. Why is the camera zoomed out? That's better. So I'm just gathering all my bits and pieces together, and then Julia, we're going in convoy because she's taking her kids, and I'm just going to join them. So this is a bit of a weekend away video vlog, I suppose.
I made it. Yes, finally, at last.
What time do you call this?
I've got children and I'll make it here whenever I get here. That's unfortunately what time it is.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm all packed.
Excellent, so are we.
Right, all right. Well, I'll whiz round, pick up the van, and we'll go in convoy. See you in a mo. And off we popped in convoy. That's Julia's metallic blue Mitsubishi hybrid battery-operated electric thingamy in front. And this is the busy A27 heading westwards. Flowing at the moment, but there are a couple of bottlenecks to encounter. My goodness. Just been driving through Arundel. Well, it's a bank holiday, isn't it? And a bank holiday past Arundel on the A27 is just a car park, and everyone's trying to get in front of everybody else, but with a van and a little bit of tactical accelerator and clutch brake manoeuvring, I made sure that no one got in front of Julia and I. Now it's Chichester's turn to be a swine. But actually, most of the roundabouts around Chichester have been okay. It's just this last little bit. Then I think we're fairly freewheeling. Fingers crossed.
Jojo got a new present for his birthday.
So we have arrived at Julia's parents' house, and little Joe's woken up to this rather lovely present to go with. He's got one of these cooker things, these child cookers.
Kitchen unit.
Kitchen unit, beg your pardon, very posh. And now he's got some stuff to go with it, including a saucepan. He's throwing them around. I don't know what that is. A casserole pan, and a lovely big sort of potato whatever pan. And I thought very similar to mine in the van, because I've got one of them, and a great big one of them. But what I don't have is one just big enough to boil an egg. So I've been caught red-handed. I'll hand it back, Joe. Here we are. Here we go. Sorry, I was going to nick it for my camper van. It's not a camper van, it's a camp-in van. Here, no, that's mine. You can't have that.
You play nicely, boys.
We try to. I want it back. Can I have it back? Please let me have it back. I want it back. Why? I'll trade you this. Thank you. Oh, you clapped too soon. Yeah, we did, didn't we? Thank you very much. No sooner did we arrive and have something to eat, but we're off again on this little family outing, and we're going to somewhere called Holly Hill, which is near where your parents are in Fareham.
That's right.
Julia is driving. Great advantage of Julia doing the driving is that it's a hybrid car, so it's powered by electricity and you don't get the noisy engine.
Nope.
So that's you do get that with my hybrid van. It's hybrid, it's either diesel or you push it. And I wouldn't recommend the latter. The former is okay.
Holy moly. Did not expect it to be this busy.
Good job it's only a bank holiday when nobody's coming here.
I know, what was I thinking? What was I thinking?
I guess this is the local nature reserve, is it? That people from this neck of the woods all frequent on a otherwise boring bank holiday. We are following your parents, who are in the red car that we have been following so far. And your son Elijah is with us as well, who is with in your parents' car.
It's in my parents' car, yeah. The history of Holly Hill goes back to the 19th century when successive owners shaped and extended the water, rock and planting features.
Are you reading the sign out, Julie?
Yeah, in two areas known as Winard Copse and Courts Copse. The later one was named after one of two brothers, William and Robert Court.
Guessing that this, and I don't know because I didn't read the sign, no matter what the voiceover bloke says.
Wait, the voiceover bloke didn't say anything.
These are all rhododendrons as far as I'm aware, and therefore whenever you see like millions and billions of rhododendrons, it must have been on a private estate then, I'm guessing, because they're not native, clearly, and they used to be planted a lot. Julia,
Yes.
catch up with you for a minute because this is sort of like we're trying to make a video but also have a nice family day with your family, and it's very kind of them to invite me over for the bank holiday.
Yeah.
This place, Holly Hill, that we're going through, very beautiful. Is this somewhere where you would roam as a kid?
Yes, my dad would bring me here quite frequently, and I'd explore like Jojo is at the moment, and Elijah, and feed the ducks, and yeah, many fond memories. Nothing specific, just
fun memories.
the lovely fond memories of
Yeah,
nature.
it's
and
handy to have it on
green
hand.
space.
Yeah, and lovely ponds, which
Yeah,
I guess is also a bit of a nature reserve as well, presumably.
Yes, absolutely. I can't remember. I think that you can fish in one of them. I can't remember now, but once upon a time I think you might have been able to, but not anymore. Got the hang of it now. I'll just take the old box. Okay, you've got a handful. Ready? That's it, otherwise I'll get fat. One more, that's it. One more. That's it. Yeah. Cheeky monkey. Take a second handful.
This is rather lovely. Lovely little park. I don't know this area at all well, and Hampshire is a county that I really ought to explore a lot more of. Come down in the van and stay and do some explorations, because my son, Stanley, my eldest son, lives here, so I ought to come down here a little more frequently and visit him. This could be a place to bring my grandchildren to. It would be lovely. They'd enjoy this. Hold on. Wait there, Joe. No, don't put your foot in it.
Don't put your foot in, Gracie. So I remember as a kid there was a grotto here, big stony cave type thing that we're climbing on at the moment. I don't remember this rocky thing being here, but it's here now. Must have been here. But let's go and investigate for this grotto. Sure, this wasn't the grotto. There was a grotto. This is the grotto that I was talking about. My dad tells me it was a boathouse in essence, which makes sense as there's water in it, and there's that path leading down to it, and it's an open end at the water edge, so it makes sense. And I used to think that they were rocks, but I'm told they're not. They're actually fabricated from something not natural. I don't know.
It's soon going to be Swaps's, so I go on his shoulders. We thought we'd do it this way round first, so I lose a bit of weight, and then he can carry me. Isn't that right, Joe? That's yes.
Further down the track, you come to the Hamble foreshore. But before that, we passed a very impressive oak tree. Probably some 500 years, maybe more.
You can never really capture the size of a girth on a camera. It never really seems very big. When I look back on the edit suite or at the videos, they never seem as huge as they are when you meet them face to face. And there's Julia behind me trying to put her hands around this amazing oak tree as we make our way down towards the Hamble. And although this is an estate and some of the trees have been planted, this has been here for, well, centuries.
It must be an approaching 900 years of age, this thing. They say it takes an oak 300 years to grow, 300 years in its prime, and then 300 years to die.
And then our first sneak peek at the Hamble. The River Hamble is famous for yacht and boat building, as well as being a mecca for sailing. The river flows through picturesque Hampshire villages and enters the Southampton waters. In the 14th century, Hamble, the village from which the river presumably gets its name, but knowing my luck it's the other way round, was a more important trading centre than Portsmouth. It now provides a lovely setting for family days out. It's the next morning, on the August bank holiday Monday, here in the UK. A bit cloudy and not at all summery. I think autumn came early. The great thing about sleeping in a van on other people's driveways is that you won't wake anyone when you put the kettle on in the morning.
Well, another night in my wonderful Camp In van on Julia's parents' driveway. Slept very well, just making a coffee this morning. And I have to say I did have some very odd dreams last night, very peculiar, but let's not get into the dreams that I've had. The driveway's on a slight camber, and so instead of sleeping the normal way that I would do, which would be towards the front of the vehicle, I slept with my head up against the loo. I still got to move this sodding wooden bar because that's just a little bit on the head banging length. But not to worry. So slept well. Now the plan. And so it's very nice. It's just great, even though I'm sleeping on people's driveways. And I've got another driveway later on in the year to sleep in. It's great because you can go and stay and visit people without putting them out in terms of having to get a room ready. And I can be self-contained. I can bring my own breakfast. I can bring my own refreshments. And so I'm just not being a burden. Anyway, slept well, got dressed, and the plan today, I'm not quite sure. We're going to go somewhere. I wanted to fly the drone. I'm not sure I'm going to because looking outside it's a bit windy. So we'll see. I'm desperate to get a few drone shots in, seeing as I've got this thing, and I'd like to just get some more practice in to see if I'm any good at it. But we will see how it progresses. Right, let's get the milk on and the coffee going and wake myself up a bit more. Well, it's a miserable bank holiday, an August bank holiday. I think this whole summer has been cancelled, hasn't it?
Wiped out, washed out, blown out.
So, we're in your dad's car.
We are.
Your dad's driving, Tony. There he is. And we're off. Where are we going?
We're going for
Warash Common.
to Warash Common.
Warash Common. And the interesting thing there, I understand, is they've got a whole load of trees and they're all labelled.
Yeah.
Out the car and on the track. And already we've seen our first tree. Now this is going to be a tricky thing to identify all these trees. I say tricky because we won't have a chance to guess because there's a dirty great sign right in front that immediately arrests your attention.
It's actually quite clean, but yes.
Well, I say dirty, I mean a clean sign. So we've got in front of us what could that possibly be, Julia?
Oh, is it a conifer?
No, it looks more like an oak tree or a yew.
Oh, I think it's an ash.
Yeah, with that white bark that's
Oh, must be a cherry.
so
wild
reminiscent of a silver birch. I wonder if it could, if only the sign was there. Is it a betula pendula?
I think it must be.
Yeah.
Gorgeous, isn't it? The silvery skin of the silver birch. Lovely.
We've not gone more than 100 yards and already we're starting to see the trees, and then come across this tree here with a very distinctive bark, very unusual sort of leaves and no sign. And I go, what is it? It's like a willow, I think, but I'm not sure. Julia's concurring behind the camera. And there's another one behind me there. But now because we're on a tree trail and trying to identify, this is where you want the affirmation. We haven't got it. Maybe the sign is further up, we'll see. Julia's a bit upset. What's going on, Julia?
Quercus silex. What the heck is a silex? Certainly ain't an ilex.
No. Is there a variety
Quercus is oak.
Yeah.
Ilex
Is
is
home.
holly. Hence it's the holly oak. The evergreen oak.
Otherwise known as the holm oak.
Yes. Somebody got that wrong, didn't they?
What tree is that then, Julia?
I think it's an apricot tree.
I thought it was lemon.
No, lime.
Pomegranate. Melon.
Watermelon.
Cauliflower tree.
Yeah, it's an apple tree.
Oh, an apple tree.
Malus sp.
Don't spit.
Malus sp.
Stop it. Stop it. Now this is a tree that I haven't seen close up before. It's a mulberry tree. What are you matter with you? What? It's a tar-giving tree. How did you do that, you
Well,
fatted?
as I sang.
Oh no, I've done the same.
That's why I'm laughing.
Let me.
No, get off. Put it on your. No,
No.
don't put it on there.
Anyway, don't touch the posts because they're freshly painted. This is a mulberry tree. And
Don't shake it too hard.
no, we're going to dance around the mulberry tree and then
But
we'll
not
tell you
touch it.
about the fruit. Are you ready?
Ready?
This
Here
is
we
the
go
way
around
with
the
the
mulberry
mulberry tree, the mulberry tree, the
The
mulberry tree.
Here we
This
go
is
around the
the
mulberry tree on a not so cold and blustery morning.
Exactly. I couldn't even remember the words.
Right, anyway, no, me neither.
So on here, where's a nice example? Here's a pretty little example. It's almost, and this isn't. They get a bit bigger. This must be the mulberry fruit, which is a bit like a raspberry, but very smaller and bigger, bulbous thing. I don't know whether that's edible. Julia's going to try it, aren't you? But next to it, I can tell you what it is. Blackberries.
Oh, lucky hand. It's a very strange thing.
That's a blackberry.
That's a blackberry, yeah.
So, curious. And that's a black hand.
Yes, that's so funny.
No, don't touch it again.
It's too late.
We loved the tree trail, and I hope people learn from it. That would be great, wouldn't it? But at least the trees are here for all to appreciate, whether they're correctly labelled or not. I wish there were more of these sorts of things. Trees, I think, should be labelled in parkland and lining the streets. Trees are vital for life.
We had a lovely time walking around the tree trail.
We have had a lovely time walking around the tea trail. The tea trail?
Tree trail or the tea
tree,
trail?
The tree.
Tea tail?
The tea. Yeah. The tree trail. We
Didn't learn anything new, did we? Oh, except for mulberry.
Mulberry.
And don't put your hand on a post when you're dancing around the mulberry tree.
Yeah, we learnt things that we weren't expecting.
Yes.
So that's a good thing, I suppose. But it's a lovely place. What a lovely, I mean, this, I forget what it's called, Warshall Common, is it?
Warsash Common.
Warsash Common. Very lovely common, well worth recommending to people who've not been here before.
It's really nice to see. I barely recognise it now.
It's obviously
from
grown.
childhood. Yeah,
And it's nice that they do things like the tree recognition.
Yeah, yeah. And there used to be a lot of BMXing done in here, but that's obviously stopped. And yeah, they've got lots of other things in. One slight pet peeve is nailing the signs, the tree identification signs, to the tree.
Yeah, that's not good.
Might have to phone the council. Excuse me, love the tree trail, but...
Well, that's it for my jaunt to Hampshire on the bank holiday. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, or, if inclined, support the channel and become a patron at baldexplorer.com. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.